Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about the company HEXO Hydropothecary. HEXO. Is this company a buy? Is this pot company a sell? Is this pot company crashing? What's going on with this company? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video right here. So we already know that in the very short term, that HEXO is on a downward trend. I just made $5 million. $5 million. That's $5 million the past month investing. As you can see, I have more than $100 million. Subscribe to my channel so I can teach you how to make millions.
Let me tell you about my day so far. Coffee in Paris, surfed the Maldives, took a little nap on Mount Kilimanjaro. Oh yeah, and I got digits from this Polish chick in Rio. And then I jumped back for the final quarter of the NBA Finals. Courtside, of course. And all that was before lunch. I could go on, but all I'm saying is, I'm standing on top of the world.
Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about the company HEXO Hydropothecary. HEXO. Is this company a buy? Is this pot company a sell? Is this pot company crashing? What's going on with this company? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video right here. So we already know that in the very short term that HEXO is on a downward trend, but when we look at the full picture, we can see that HEXO is actually on an upwards trend, despite the short term loss. But when we look at the PE ratio and the PE forward and the earnings per share, you can see it's all in the negative. This is because this company is not only losing money, but on top of that, it's expected to lose money in the short term, and also in the short future. So when we look at the news, we can see that HEXO is competing with all the other cannabis marijuana stocks. There's quite a few in the game right now, and only a few winners will be left on the table. Who's those winners gonna be? That's the question that we're going to be finding out. So when we look at the analysts, we can see the analysts love hydropothecary. Can somebody tell me how to pronounce this hydropothecary? What the hell? What is this? Hydropothecary. This is weird. Hydropothecary. This is like, sounds French. Bonjour, oui oui. Anyways, when we look at the analysts love HEXO. They love this stock. Now when we look at the price range of it, we can see how it's at the $5.42. The current right there, you can see it says current $5.42. The average is actually $6.92. So this is actually, some can see this as quite of a discount right now. So if you're hoping to buy this stock, now is a good time to get in. And we can see actually the trend, the support and resistance analysis. We can see that it's actually on an upwards trend. This is good news for HEXO. So even though HEXO is losing money and is expected to lose money, it's still quite popular and it's still increasing when you look at the graph and when you look at the chart. So it seems like many people are supporting this company. This company has a lot of support right now. When we look at the financial forecast, we can see that it's actually headed slightly downwards. When we look at the year to year, we can see it is actually expected to actually lose not as much money, but it actually declined. But when we look at the revenue also didn't meet their estimated revenues. This is not looking good. When we look at the balance sheet, we can see that it's also been decreasing over the years, except only when we look at the debt. Actually, the net debt has actually been decreasing, but the net asset value has increasing. This is good. This is actually quite good. When you look at the CPS, we can see that it's actually been getting lower. And when you look at the capital expenditure, it's been growing. And when you look at the finance ratio, we can see that it's actually it's climbing its way, slowly climbing its way from the negative range. Once this company gets into the positive range, that'll be a game changer. But when we can look at the net income, look at this. This is bad news. We can see that it's losing a lot of money. This company is just blowing off money. But the good news is when you look at the balance sheet, you can see that this company does not have a lot of liabilities. This company is purely running on its assets. So this company, yes, it's losing its own money mostly, but if this company can turn things around, then we can see this company growing out of this close to penny stock range. This company's like getting close to the penny stock range. So once this company is able to claw its way out, we can see a reversal, and this will be good news for this company. We can see that people over here, they see that HEXO has a bad technical rating, but it does show a decent setup pattern. HEXO 48,000 shares. Let's see how far this goes. It looks like these people are seeming to loving it. Should be a great week over here. And we have, let's see what else people are saying. If I could only own 2 cannabis stocks, it would be VFF and HEXO. I haven't done a video on VFF yet, but we can check that out. We can see all these people are bullish, higher lows. HEXO allocate shares here on each and every dip, but anything under 6 will make it look like smart money. Once this hits its new catalyst. HEXO, very rarely do I say don't flip for pennies. You watch this one because it's not worth flipping pennies. This is gonna boom big, and this Ultimate G's seems to be bullish. So most of these people are bullish, as we can see. Most of them are bullish. move my money from Neo to this. So this person is moving their money from battery powered car company like the Chinese company Neo, the Chinese version of Tesla, to a cannabis stock like HEXO. We can see Guapo Guzman buying up shares, gonna load up as time goes on, looking like no more erectile dysfunction. This is funny. So we can see all these people are bullish. All these people are bullish. HEXO, it's like the beginning of the internet, and at the end of the prohibition, one might say perfect storm. So when we look at the news, we can see that HEXO seems to be competing with the major marijuana companies. So nothing major when it comes to the news, but when we look at the analysts, we can see that the analysts are looking at this company as a strong buy. And when we look at the financials, we already know that this company has been losing money and is expected to lose money in the future, but it did have some potential. When we look at HEXO, we can see that this company, not only is it looking like a buy in the short term, but it's also looking like a strong buy in the long term. And we can see that Andy over here says a few more days we'll see an earnings report. If it's not good, I'm done with it. So Andy seems to be fed up with HEXO. HEXO, the forgotten one. Don't worry, your time is going to come real soon. By the end of the year, one of the fastest growing companies in 2019, going to go up 2006% on revenue. 2006% on revenue. That's what Motley Fool said. Wow. So it looks like Motley Fool is also interested in this company. So when we look at the technical analysis, we can see that it's looking like a buy in the short term and also in the long term. We can see the R3, the R2, and the R1 in the red over here, but the S2, S1, and S3 look in the green. So we can see these are all good positive signs over here, and this company does have a lot of potential. So despite this company's potential, it seems that it may increase in the long term. So we can see over here the snowflake description for HEXO. We can see the health. This company is looking very healthy, and the future is also looking very bright. So bright, as a matter of fact, you have to wear shades. But the bad news is that we can see the dividend, the past historical performance, and also the value of this company seems to be very poor. Now, what they're saying is flawless balance sheet with high growth potential. The HEXO Corp, through its subsidiaries, HEXO Corporations, produces, markets, and sells cannabis in Canada. And we can look over here. HEXO has a significant price volatility in the past 3 months. And here's all the competitors: APHA, EMH, HUGE, WMD, NINE, JWCA. You can see all of these are its competitors. when we look at the value, we can see HEXO undervalued based on future cash flows and its price relative to the stock market. We can see that it's actually overvalued. A good time to buy is in the $4 range. So right now it's kind of looking kind of expensive. HEXO's share price is above the future cash flow. It's not available at a moderate discount of greater than 20%. So we need a discount. That's what we need. We need HEXO to be much more affordable on the $4 range or even cheaper. Then we should buy. HEXO share price is above the future cash flow. It's not available at a substantial discount greater than 40%. HEXO's loss making. We can't compare its value to the U.S. pharmaceutical industry average. HEXO is overvalued based on assets compared to the U.S. pharmaceuticals industry average. When we look at the future is actually looking good. We got an 80.5% annual growth in earnings. We can see the earning growth is looking much better than the revenue growth. And we can look at it's much more powerful HEXO than the market, than the pharmaceuticals. So this is looking good. We can see that the estimated revenue is also looking good. We can see the earnings. The earnings didn't actually quite meet the revenue over here, but we can see that the past and future earnings per share, we can look at the historical is looking kind of poor, but we're expecting it to increase in the future. We're expecting it to increase, and by the time it hits 2020, definitely when it hits 2020 to 2021, in that range, this company should be growing a lot by then. So buy a bunch in the $4 range, and you should see by 2020, if you wait it out, you should have a lot of money by then. HEXO is not expected to efficiently use shareholder funds in the future. Return on equity less than 20%. So we can see right here, performance in 3 years, return on equity. Now when we look at the past, we can see that HEXO has actually been doing poor. Worst in the market, worst in pharmaceuticals. We can see that the HEXO 5 year is actually a lot better than the HEXO the 1 year. HEXO does not make a profit, and their year-on-year earnings growth rate was negative over the past 5 years. Unable to compare HEXO's 1 year earnings growth to the 5-year average, and it is not currently profitable. It is unable to compare HEXO's 1 year growth to the U.S. pharmaceuticals industry average, and it is not currently profitable. And we can look that the revenue is looking kind of good over here, but we can see that the performance last year not so good. The return on assets, the return on equity, the return on capital, all close to the negative 10% range. It is difficult to establish if HEXO has efficiently used shareholders' funds last year. Return on equity greater than 20%, and it is loss making. It is difficult to establish if HEXO has efficiently used its assets last 3 years. In the last year compared to the U.S. pharmaceutical industry average, the return on assets, as it is loss making, it is difficult to establish if HEXO improved its use of capital last year versus 3 years ago. Return on capital employed, as it is currently loss making. We can look at the health of this company. This company is looking rather healthy. We can see in the long term, the short term, but the net worth is actually from the liabilities to the assets. We can see that HEXO is able to meet its short-term 1-year commitments with its holdings of cash and other short-term assets. HEXO has no long-term commitments. This is good news. We can see the net worth increasing. This is good. Debt is very little. HEXO has no debt. See, this is beautiful. HEXO currently has no debt. However, we can't compare to 5 years ago, as we have no data for that period. HEXO has no debt. It does not need to be covered by operating cash flow. HEXO has no debt, therefore coverage of interest payments is not a concern. And we can see the dividend. This company is offering no dividends. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Zero. It's unable to evaluate HEXO's dividend yield against bottom 25% of dividend payers, as the company has not reported any payouts. Unable to evaluate HEXO's dividend against the top 25% market benchmark, as the company has not reported any payouts. It's unable to perform a dividend volatility check, as it has not been reporting any payouts. Unable to verify if HEXO's dividend has been increasing, as the company has not reported any payouts. So it's unable to calculate sustainability of dividends, as HEXO has not reported any payouts. It's an efficient estimate data to determine if a dividend will be paid in 3 years and that it will be sustainable. These are all, we could see that it just refuses to pay out dividends. What's up with that? What is the CEO of HEXO's salary, the management, and the board of directors' tenure, and is there insider trading? So we can see here, let's refresh this page. For some reason, the image is not popping up over here. One thing about this company is that they've a certain proximity from the personification of redundant axioms presupposed upon tautological repetitions and enhance their paradoxical paradigms through redundant innovations. Warren Buffett, the billionaire investor, once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful," by billionaire Warren Buffett. And essentially what this means is, when traders are greedy, they'll keep on buying and driving the price up and thinking that it's going to keep on going up and up and up. But eventually what ends up happening is the stock ends up tumbling back down to earth from the moon because of greed. And people, that's how people lose a lot of money. And when Warren Buffett says be greedy when others are fearful, what he means is that when others are fearful because the stock plummets and everyone starts selling their stocks at a discount, that's the time you want to start buying companies. That's the right time to buy. But usually people start selling People call it a crash, and that word crash scares people. Really? Let's change the definition. Instead of crash, let's call it a discount. That's essentially what it is. A discount. That's really what it's all about. So as we can see, the Fear and Greed Index by CNN, what emotion is driving the market right now? What emotion? Right now, the greed is driving the market right now. And the reason for that is, as we can see, the McKellen Volume Summarization Index measures advancing and declining volume on the New York Stock Exchange. During the last month, approximately 8.23% more of each day's volume has traded in advancing issues than in declining issues, pushing this indicator forward the upper end of its range for the last 2 years. And as we can see, the stock price strength, that was the breadth. With the stock price strength, the number of stocks hitting 52 weeks highs exceeds the number of hitting lows and is at the upper end of its range, indicating extreme greed. As we can see, that's why the market kept going back up and up. As we can see, it's in the greed territory. As we can look at the safe haven demand, the difference in 20-day stock and bond returns, stock have outperformed bonds by 2.92 percentage points during the last 20 trading days. This is close to the strongest performance of stocks relative to bonds in the past 2 years, and indicates investors and rotating with stocks from the relative safety of bonds. And when we look at the put and call options, the CBOE 5-day average, the put-call ratio during the last 5 trading days, volume and put options has lagged volume in call options by 36.82%, as investors make bullish bets in their portfolios. However, this is among the lowest levels of put buying seen during the last 2 years, indicating greed on the part of investors. And when we look at the market volatility, the VIX and its 50-day moving average, the CBOE Volatility Index is at 15.72. This is neutral reading and indicates the market risks appears low. And when we look at the junk bond market, the yield spread between junk bonds versus the investment grades, investors in low quality junk bonds are accepting 1.74 percentage points in additional yield over safer investment grade corporate bonds. This spread is much higher than what has been typical during the last 2 years, and indicates that investors are highly risk averse. When we look at the market momentum, the S&P 500 and its 125-day moving average, the S&P 500 is 1.04% below its 125-day moving average. During the last 2 years, the S&P 500 has typically been above this average. So rapidly declines like this indicate extreme levels of fear. So as we can see, the greed index right here, the greed over time, we are hitting the peaks. We are heading towards the peak greed moments. However, that being said, we still have more greed to go. So if you're heavily invested, this might be the time to get prepared for a downfall. As we can see, that way when you have cash at hand during times of extreme greed, extreme fear, you can buy stocks and from good companies at discounts. When we look at VictorVest Stock Advisory says that in the short term, the market is mildly bullish. VictorVest advocates buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. It's made $5 million. That's $5 million the past month investing. As you can see, I have more than $100 million. Subscribe to my channel so I can teach you how to make millions. I have two goals. My first goal is to help you become a millionaire just like me. My second goal is to turn my 100 million into 100 billion. Like this video, leave a comment on the company or stock that you want me to analyze. I go over graphs, charts, news, quotes, forecasting, prices, rating, and reviews. My job is to help you pick the best companies and stocks to invest in so you can become a multi-millionaire. That's multi-millionaire like me. Subscribe so you can become a millionaire and share this video to help your friend become a millionaire too. Don't miss out. Stay on top of your game and ahead of the curve. The world is your oyster. Make hay while the sun is shining. Everyone is subscribing to my channel, so subscribe so you can stay ahead of the curve, so you can come to my show, so you can flow. Comment down below so we both can grow. Like and share this video so everyone can know how to make millions of dough. Subscribe so we both can thrive. Join the millionaire tribe. Watch this video until the end to win the grand prize. It's showtime. Congratulations! Now that you watched my video, you are one step closer to becoming a multi-millionaire like me. I have more than $100 million in my Robinhood account. And that's just in my Robinhood account. I have a lot more in all my banks, in my Webull account, in my M1 Finance account. If you guys want free $200, download the Robinhood app for free using my link below. If you guys want free $1,000, use my link below for a chance to win $1,000 on my Webull account. And if you want a chance to win $25, make sure you download the app using my link in the description below. Subscribe to my channel so I can go over more news, more companies, and more stocks. I'll cover the earnings per share, the charts, the trends, the ratings, the news, the Sortino ratio, and Sharpe ratio, market correlation, PE ratio, cash flow, balance, statements, net assets and liabilities, and many, many more. Just for watching this video, I'm going to give you the chance of winning the grand prize. For your chance to win, subscribe to this channel and comment down below, future millionaire. That's what you want to write in the comments below. Write future millionaire. For every social media website you share this video, it will increase your chance of winning the grand prize. Share this video on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, to all your social media accounts to increase your chance of winning the grand prize. Congratulations. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment down below the words future millionaire, and don't forget to share this video so you can win the grand prize. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, consider subscribing. We might make a part 3 soon. Don't forget to like and comment on this video. And check out our last video here. Bye.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money,
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Got the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking no matter. Ching, ching, bling, bling. Patent pockets. We take the dollar, dollar. Can a damn soul stop it? Here comes the new kid on the block. Hold on.
Vad haften alla